Jack, it's almost just emblematic of the league played through the 48 minutes. What did you see from your guys? I guess not just tonight, but to get to 5-1 and to be able to get home in this fashion.
Yeah, really good trip for us. There's a couple games that you sort of look at. He was struggling with his
layup. What you would have loved for him. Earlier today, the NBA Board of Governors voted to authorize the league to formally explore potential team expansions to Las Vegas and Seattle. So let's hear directly from Commissioner Adam Silver.
We had a franchise in Seattle for over 40 years. We have a WNBA franchise in Seattle right now. And there's an enormous amount of passion for NBA basketball and WNBA basketball in that market in Las Vegas. Again, we have a WNBA team in Las Vegas, been there for several years now with great success. We need to know by the end of this calendar year what it is we're doing. It may not be that, every I is dotted, but that would be our goal.
All right, Chris, what insight do you have from all of this?
Well, let's just, for clarity purposes, he said it's not set in stone. That is true. So the vote was approved to explore the possibility to move into Seattle and Las Vegas. And our Robin is tired. He's fatigued with Seattle just being tortured.
Toyed with?
Yeah, toyed with.
Played with?
Okay. Well, it looks like we're headed in the right direction, right?
Sure.
So, again, we all know about the Seattle Supersonics and what the history and the tradition of that franchise, what it meant to the league. And it was tough to see Seattle relocated or moved to OKC Thunder, and we saw the success OKC Thunder has had. But then the Las Vegas market as well is a very attractive market. Yeah. And so if things were to go in that direction, again, now they're exploring. Now it's time for potential bidders to put an ownership group together and see if they can make things enticing for the NBA. But if this were to happen, if they were indeed to get Seattle and Vegas into the market, I was told the earliest, if things happen at a rapid speed, the earliest that two teams will be allowed into the league will be the start of the 2028-29 season. So a lot can go on from here to there. But what I will say is this, is that Las Vegas is a very attractive market for players. Players always like bright weather teams, bright weather cities, and
no state tax.
No state tax, and that makes it all compelling to be in Las Vegas. Now, I'd be very interested in knowing what the name would be if we got to that point. I know I'm talking down the road, but coming up with a name in Las Vegas. What you say?
Got any guesses? No, I don't have a guess.
It's tough. It's tough. It's tough.
Well, I think that the WNBA, they got a great one. The Aces kind of covers Vegas perfectly, so it makes it difficult for the NBA.
Can't pick Kings, unfortunately.
No.
Already got one of those. Well, we'll circle back. But what are your thoughts? Because you felt very passionately about Seattle.
Well, I feel like there's an episode of The Simpsons.
Of course.
Marge Simpson's always very indecisive, and she goes to a food truck fair, and her rival purchases the franchise she wants to purchase. She says, "Oh, they got the franchise I was thinking about maybe possibly considering joining." And I feel like that's what this meeting is like. I remember when I first got in the league, I was like, "Oh, they're gonna have a team back in Seattle. Oh, that'd be cool." And like maybe 5-6 years in, it was like, "Oh, there's going to be an expansion draft. I'm going to be in that expansion draft." Yeah. Then I set my expectations to, okay, I'm going to play in Seattle before somehow, as a visiting team or on the team before the end of my career.
Yeah. The goal.
Now I'm ready now I'm just, now I'm saying, oh, maybe Brooke will play there before the end of Brooke's career. So maybe someday, my Brooke's kid Julian will be playing in Seattle or something.
The goalpost keeps moving.
They've been saying they're going to be in Seattle and Vegas for so long. And I really feel for the fans of Seattle, because they were told when that ownership group bought the Seattle Sonics, they were going to stay in Seattle. Their goal is to keep them in Seattle, and they got moved to OKC. And that's a passion.